So for approximately the past year rather, I should say, we've been putting together the academic research, and we've been combining it with oral histories from interviews of Black Seminole descendants and visiting places like this where actual events took place in order to tell an accurate humanistic story. What we want to do and what we will do is provide a documentary that gives not only accurate information, but cultural information, as well as social justice information in terms of how this history should be considered as a congruent part of American history, how the Black Seminoles themselves should be recognized as this resilient group of people. And so the documentary will move forward in time, and it will actually look at the Black Seminole communities, as well as individual Black Seminoles, and allow them to have a voice in not only telling their story of the story of their ancestors, but also discussing the issues that they are facing today.
It's like, without a doubt, it's like when somebody asks me, what are you? It's like I tell them, well, I'm a Mexican of African descent. And I'm proud of that because that makes me a unique individual. And then whenever I go into further detail and I tell them, oh, well, I'm a Black Seminole Indian, they're like, well, what's that? And so sadly, it's like within Texas history, since yes, we are, considered a part of it, and even within US history, nothing is taught about it. It's like firsthand, I had experience in one of my college classes. It was US history. Inside my textbook, it had a very, maybe 5 sentences of talking about the Black Seminole Indians, about how they came from Florida to Oklahoma, then down to Texas, and then their final place was there in Mexico. So it's like, I am very proud of where I've come from and who my ancestors are. It's something that it means so much to me, and I'm very proud of it.
Now, the film will highlight the unification between Black Seminoles, and there were actually 2 types. There were those Black Seminoles who, through a matrilineal line, moved into Native American culture because they did belong to a clan. Then there were Black Seminoles through their patrilineal line who resided in their own villages and in villages with descendants of Florida Maroons. And then there, of course, are those who ran away or absconded during the war to join the war and fight for their freedom. So
how can people support and help?
What we would like is for the community at large to get behind this project. View it as a movement in telling Black stories in a way where people can understand that it is also an American story. And so we want people to go to the website, blackseminoleproject.com, subscribe to the website, follow us. Follow us on other forms of social media, Instagram, Facebook. Support us when you can, because this is definitely a community project that Americans can support, because again, this truly is an American story. Had it not been for our ancestors' enslavement in 3 distinct periods, we can outline where the country depended on its agrarian society, which was plantation society, in order to sustain the government, in order to progress as a nation. The financial stability of the United States rested on plantation society in different periods of American history. So we must tell the entire story of plantation society. We tell the entire story of enslavement, and that includes the resistance thereof as well.
The most important things that I take away with this Black Seminole Project is, like right now we at the location, that's very important to get a feel of the area, the geography, the space, what happened, because it's like this: the more love you put into something, the more you're gonna get out of it. You can research and read and then get in front of a camera, but to actually show up to the location gives you a lot more realistic information about the subject. So it's one thing to read about it, but it's another thing to actually touch it, walk to it, and learn about significant times and places, as it relates to the film. And at the end of the day, all of the information that I get as a filmmaker lends to my why. Why am I doing this? Because I've never heard about it before. And if I haven't heard about it, then millions of others probably haven't heard about it either. So as a filmmaker, it's important for me to get it all packaged up and brought to the public, so that way, moving forward, we have a solid understanding about the subject at hand, what happened, what didn't happen, and what needs to happen.
I feel that our Black Seminole Indian heritage, I feel that our challenges are just cultural issues. With the westernization becoming so popular in different cultures and things of other cultures being washed out, I fear that our traditions are going to be washed out as well. That's why I think it is really important for us to know our heritage and understand our history, just because we won't second guess and we won't doubt ourselves, and we can stay strong, and we can also continue to share our information correctly.
Sadly, it's like nobody really knows about the history or the importance of, what happened in Mexico. That is something that is lost and that nobody knows about it. And so that is something that I am trying to do my best now to be able to educate others about. That it's like, not only, yes, it's like with our history being here within the US, but it's also in Mexico as well. And especially with our little comunidad of nacimiento, nobody knows about that. Unless if it's told word of mouth from either relatives that, are descendants of the Black Seminoles, or if you personally live there, if you've traveled and, you come back and forth between the states, telling individuals, it's like, I came over here to Mexico, to this little comunidad. That's how individuals will be able to know about it. Nobody really knows about it that much.